It is Rumble time! We are on the road to WrestleMania! This is the first stop, the WWE 2022 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. It's coming at you tonight on a Saturday. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about these Saturday pay-per-views. I don't really care what day it's on, to be honest. As long as the pay-per-view is fucking half decent, then I'll settle for that. But this is the first stop on the road to WrestleMania. I am here to preview it, give you my predictions. We're going to go through who's going to win each Rumble, who's going to be the Iron Man, Iron Woman, most eliminations, shortest stay, all that stuff. And of course, we'll talk about all the other big matches, including Brock versus Lesnar and Reigns versus Rollins. First off, I just want to say, I think this is probably the biggest hyped, most important Royal Rumble pay-per-view I've seen in a while. For me, I'm actually looking forward to this. There's only one major issue that I have with the pay-per-view, and don't get me wrong, it's quite a big issue, and that issue is the men's Royal Rumble absolutely sucks. The amount of people in it, the amount of jobbers, tag teams in it that have no chance of winning, is in the lack of star power. It's incredibly poor to see a Royal Rumble in this state, but apart from that, I mean, we're getting two really good world title matches tonight, and I think this is the best Royal Rumble women's match card I've ever seen. I think the women's Royal Rumble match is stacked. I know a lot of people are saying it's the worst because there's a lot of returning, quote, legends coming back. But look at the current women's roster's absolutely terrible. Doudrop's getting a title shot, for fuck's sake. That shows how bad the women's roster is. Of course, they need to bring women from the past back. Nobody cares about these women in NXT. Nobody cares about the likes of Aaliyah, Natalya, Shotzi Blackheart. I mean, I don't care about these. I would much rather see Lita return, Mickie James return, and that is why they're returning. Oh, the Bella Twins suck. Well, you know what? I would rather get sucked off by the Bella Twins than watch Natalya in another boring match. She can have as many wins as she wants. She can go in the Guinness Book of World Records. I'm no reading it. But we're here to talk about the Rumble. Let's start with the worst match in the card, in my opinion. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop. Why is this happening? Probably because Becky Lynch got bored of beating Liv Morgan, so she's went on to Doudrop. Are they saving Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch for Mania? Personally, I don't see it. I mean, it's already happened. Becky Lynch won. I don't think they're going to do Lynch versus Bianca Belair at Mania. It doesn't feel big anymore. Bianca Belair, in my opinion, had a lot more momentum behind her last year when she went into WrestleMania. I don't feel it this year. Becky Lynch will retain here, and I'm going to assume that she will be facing someone else. There is talks of a special rowdy one, a former women's champion, a former UFC champion returning tonight. We'll talk about that a bit later, but I think she may be the person that Becky Lynch faces at Mania. That's if she is returning. If she's not, then I guess she can't face her. But who knows? For this match, I'm going with Becky Lynch to retain over Doudrop. I guess they could even do some bad DQ finish where the match drags out, the feud drags out to Elimination Chamber. I hope that doesn't happen. But either way, I think Becky Lynch will be leaving the Royal Rumble with her Women's Championship around her waist or over her shoulder, whatever Becky Lynch carries it, to be honest. Right, up next, it is Miz and Maurice, the It couple versus Edge and Beth Phoenix, the Grit couple. Not really digging Edge at the moment. In my opinion, ever since he got moved over to Raw, he hasn't been that good. I've never liked Beth Phoenix, so the two of them together just ain't doing it for me. The Miz's character, his whole gimmick, everything about the Miz is pretty stale. It's been the same sort of Miz now for a while. This goofy, cowardly character. I mean, once in a while, once every couple of years, he'll cut a really good promo, but I mean, that seems to be all we get from the Miz these days. And Maurice is, she's hot, she's a MILF, still looks good for her age, and in my opinion, I much preferred Maurice over Beth Phoenix when they were both in their prime, having full-time runs in their first stint. I want the Miz and Maurice to win this, but I think realistically it's going to be Edge and Beth Phoenix. Can't really see anything other than that. If Miz and Maurice win this, it would probably mean the feud is being dragged out even longer, and I don't think that should happen. So just give the win to Edge and Beth Phoenix. I think Edge and Beth will win. First of the title matches, Seth freaking Rollins versus Roman Reigns. I tell you what, I've never been a fan of Seth Rollins. I've never really liked the guy. Even when he got attacked by that fan a few months ago and he said he was what was he said? He was petrified, he was terrified. He used some sort of word like that. I thought that, what a coward. How can this guy be taken serious as a wrestler, as a champion? How can Vince McMahon have any respect for this guy? Whether I respect him or not, his character work at the moment is great. He's arguably the best thing in WWE. And that promo that he did last night on SmackDown with Roman Reigns, he made Reigns look like an idiot. Reigns standing there, he's just been verbally abused by Seth Rollins. And people can say that Seth Rollins is ripping off the Joker. I don't mind, because he's doing it in a good way. He's doing a good version of the Joker. He's not doing a bad rip-off. If you rip someone off and you do it badly, then, that sucks. If you rip someone off and you do it good, well, at least you're doing a good job. That's how I look at it. I would much rather Seth Rollins rip off a Joker character than Seth Rollins have no character and just rely on doing flips and dives and shit like that to get over. He's doing a good job at the moment with this new character. I hope it keeps going, but there's no way he's defeating Roman Reigns tonight. Roman Reigns has not held the belt this long to lose to Seth Rollins. I'm not massive on Roman Reigns. I don't think he's anything special by any means, and I would probably prefer to see Seth Rollins as the champ at the moment, but it's just not going to happen, guys. Roman Reigns will go to WrestleMania as the champion, where I would assume he's going to have to lose it at Mania, but he's not losing it tonight. Roman Reigns, in my opinion, defeats Seth freaking Rollins and retains his Universal Championship. Right, the second championship. Now, I know I say second championship, and you might say, well, the women's championship, no one cares, right? No one fucking cares. The championships that matter, right? The Universal Championship and the WWE Championship, everything else doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. Got Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, a dream match, a match that we've wanted to see for ages, a match that is a Mania caliber match. It shouldn't be happening at the Royal Rumble, in my opinion. And I'm not saying the Royal Rumble, right? I'm not saying the Royal Rumble is a throwaway pay-per-view. It's anything but a throwaway pay-per-view. But in my opinion, the Royal Rumble has always sort of been built around the Royal Rumble match. It's a big pay-per-view, but big matches don't tend to happen at the Royal Rumble. I'd say SummerSlam and Survivor Series, you get the bigger one-on-one matches. Even though some people would say the Royal Rumble is the second biggest pay-per-view, it's based on the Rumble. It's not really based on one-on-one matches. So for me, I don't think Brock versus Lashley should be happening at the Rumble, but maybe they didn't plan this. Maybe they planned on having it happening further down the line, and with Roman Reigns getting COVID, it could have prompted them into doing something like this. So I don't know. It's happened. Regardless, guys, we wanted it at Mania. We're not getting it at Mania, but we are getting it at Royal Rumble. And who knows? Perhaps we could end up with a rematch at Mania. Doubtful. But tonight, it's Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley. I just hope we get a good match here, guys. I want a good 15 to 20 minute hard-hitting match with some good psychology. What I don't want is a finisher spam special. I don't want 20 F5s. I don't want 5 spears for Lashley, 2 spears through barricades, a spear through a table, and shit like that. I don't want a Goldberg match, essentially. I want to see Brock and Bobby Lashley put on a classic. And Brock can put on long matches. We know this. Bobby Lashley can put on long matches. If you look at his feud with Drew McIntyre, I mean, 2 big guys, and they worked really well in that. And in my opinion, Brock Lesnar brings his own intensity, and Drew McIntyre can't match. So I think that Lashley Lesnar should be better than anything we've seen from Lashley so far in his current push as a main eventer. So I'm hoping that this is a great match. It could very well be match of the night. It could be. And I'm just hoping it's not a 5-minute, like I said, a 5-minute quick finisher spam special fest. But I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. I know I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley, actually. I've got a funny feeling. I think the build-up, I think Brock Lesnar has buried Bobby Lashley fairly. I think he's paid him not enough respect, in my opinion, for Brock Lesnar just to go over. As simple as that. I mean, I think if Brock Lesnar just beats Bobby Lashley tonight, it makes Bobby Lashley look very weak indeed, considering that Brock Lesnar has kind of just spoken down to him the entire feud, and he's pretty much gave him zero respect. If he just turns up and beats Bobby Lashley, that wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. I think potentially the Bloodline interfering, maybe a Paul Heyman heel turn on Brock Lesnar. That's things that perhaps could get this match in favour of Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley just beats Lesnar clean. I don't see that happening. And I don't think Brock Lesnar should beat Bobby Lashley clean either, even though it's probably the more likely scenario. But I do think there will be some sort of interference, and I do think Bobby Lashley will leave Royal Rumble as your new WWE Champion. So that is my prediction so far. With the non-Rumble matches, I'm going with Becky Lynch, the team of Edge and Beth Phoenix, Roman Reigns, and Bobby Lashley. Right, now let's move on to the Women's Royal Rumble. Probably the Royal Rumble that I'm looking forward to the most, just due to the fact that we're getting Lita back. She spoke about potentially doing a full-time run. That means the possibility of her winning the Rumble is real. There is rumours that Ronda Rousey is going to be at the Royal Rumble, or should I say in the Royal Rumble. I mean, looking forward to that. That would be epic if true. And then we've seen Sasha Banks return on SmackDown looking hot as ever. And she is more than likely, even though she never declared herself, I'd have to assume that she will be in the Royal Rumble after coming back from injury. So you've got that. You've got Mickie James coming back. You've got the Bella Twins coming back. Kelly Kelly. You've got a shitload of divas coming back from like the PG Ruthless Aggression era. We also have maybe the return of Asuka, and who knows, we could have even a few more people in there. Maybe even Stephanie McMahon might get in her wrestling gear and put the boots back on. Maybe Sonny. Maybe if Sonny can get out of the jail, whatever jail cell she's rotting away in, maybe she could be in the Royal Rumble. So, in my opinion, this is a pretty big, star-studded. There's definitely more stars in this women's match than the men's match. Hands fucking down. Hands down. And for anyone complaining about this Women's Royal Rumble, I don't know why. Honestly, could you imagine if this Women's Royal Rumble was made up of just people from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and we're going into this, and we're supposed to believe that the likes of Shotzi Blackheart, the likes of Aaliyah, the likes of Nikki Ash, the likes of fucking Selena Vega, Carmella are supposed to be in the front, the favourites for this match, the big stars, the ain't stars, right? That's why Lita's coming back. That's why Mickie James is coming back. So, first off, we'll go with the Iron Woman. We will go with the Iron Woman. Iron Woman, I'm going to go, and by the way, just for argument's sake, I'm not going to put Ronda Rousey in any of these because it's not confirmed that she will be in the Rumble. If I knew she was going to be in it 100%, then my predictions would change. But I would rather predict people that I know are going to be in it rather than predict someone that's only based on a rumour, because then I look like a fucking idiot. So, my predictions for the longest stay, the Iron Woman. Originally, when I seen Sasha Banks return, I thought it could be Sasha Banks. But the boss just back for injury. They might not want her to go that long in the Rumble. So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan. Main reason being, she came very close against Becky Lynch to winning the belt on a few occasions. She seems to have a habit for talking about how she came so close. So I've got a feeling that she might, again, be in this match for a long time and come so close, and then maybe she'll can use that in a promo or something like that after, where she thinks she deserves an all-title shot. I see Liv Morgan lasting a long time in this match, but not long enough to win it. As for the quickest elimination, the shortest stay, I'm going to go with Natalya. She's been bragging about setting records. I think she might set a women's world record here in this Royal Rumble for the shortest stay, and I would not be surprised if it was Aaliyah that eliminated her. As for the most eliminations, if Rousey's in it, it would probably be Rousey, but I'm not going to go with Rousey. So I am going to go with Sasha Banks. I think Sasha Banks will get a pretty big push here. I wouldn't be surprised to see her come in and eliminate a decent amount of women in this. And for the winner, I've said it once already this week. I've said it multiple times already this week. I'm going to repeat. I'm going to keep with my opinion. I'm going to go with Lita. I think Lita coming back, saying she's potentially going to do one more run. It looked like her and Charlotte could potentially have a feud. So I'm going to go with Lita. I think Lita can win this. If she does, I mean, of course there's other people that can win it. I'm kind of looking at Sasha Banks. I think she's got a big chance as well. Ronda Rousey, obviously, if she's in it, has got a huge chance. She's probably got 99% chance of winning. Probably got 199% chance of winning. Scott Steiner maths for you right there. But I'm going to go with Lita to win. So Lita to win, Natalya shortest stay, Sasha Banks most eliminations, and Liv Morgan the Iron Woman. That's my predictions, guys, for the Women's Royal Rumble. And last but not least, we have the Men's Royal Rumble. I'll straight up say it. This is the worst Royal Rumble, I think, match lineup I've ever seen. for a men's Royal Rumble. I mean, at least, remember like 2 years ago we had Brock Lesnar in it and he was fucking kicking ass and eliminating everybody. There's no Brock Lesnar in this Royal Rumble, unfortunately. There's nobody. We don't have Undertaker, we don't have Goldberg. We don't have nobody, guys. We have got absolutely nothing. If you look at the top guys in this match that are most likely to win it, now keep in mind there is a possibility of perhaps someone losing the match early on the night, like a Brock Lesnar losing and entering the Rumble, but honestly, getting Brock to work 2 matches, it could be pretty tough. So I'm not going to include anybody that has previously been in a match tonight. I'm just going to go with who is in the match. But if you just look at the people that have been pushed the strongest in this lineup, the people that have actually been champs, you'd have to say that out of everybody, the top 3 favourites for this match are Sheamus, Big E and AJ Styles. I mean, apart from that, there's no one else that you can really look and go, you know what, I think they've got a good chance of winning this. Some people are saying Omos. Honestly, I can't see it happening. Omos, incredibly fucking green. Every time the guy has a match, he doesn't look good. He can't talk. I would be absolutely shocked if they put the Royal Rumble win on him and they send Omos to WrestleMania. I would be gobsmacked if Omos wins the Royal Rumble. I do think he will win one of the awards in the Rumble, but do I think he'll win the Rumble match? Absolutely not. So, with that said, guys, let's go with the Iron Man in the Royal Rumble match. I'm going to go with the phenomenal AJ Styles. Why not? He's phenomenal. For staying in the match the longest is pretty phenomenal. So I'm going to go with AJ Styles. Most eliminations, I'm going to go with Omos. I think the writing's on the wall. Omos will come out, probably eliminate like 7 or 8 guys straight away. Omos, I think, will get the most eliminations. And shortest stay, I'm kind of looking towards... I am actually kind of looking towards Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, we've got a feud going at the moment with Johnny Knoxville. I think Sami Zayn could be going. I would not be surprised if Johnny Knoxville eliminates Sami Zayn in the quickest time possible. I'm going to predict him for the shortest stay. And for the winner, guys, honestly, this is pretty hard. Not because there's a shitload of people that can win it, just because of the fact that technically, looking at who's in it, nobody should really be winning this. Nobody should be winning this, but I've got to pick somebody. I'm going to go with AJ Styles. I think if AJ Styles wins this and Bobby Lashley beats Brock, I think Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania Night 1, I think that's a pretty good... There have been rumours that they'll go with a women's match in the main event anyway. So I think Bobby Lashley versus AJ is definitely a WrestleMania-worthy match. And I think the styles could mesh really well. And I think they could put on a really good match. So, for the Men's Royal Rumble, I am going to go with AJ Styles to win it. Almost with the most eliminations. Sami Zayn the shortest stay. And AJ Styles the Iron Man. That is my prediction, guys, for tonight's Royal Rumble. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm talking shite? Do you think I could be right? I don't know. We'll find out tonight. The rhymes. Oh, fuck me. Those rhymes were great. If the pay-per-view's half as good as those rhymes, we'll be in for a good show. But that's it, guys. Leave a like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Till then, though, peace.